You are standing in the shower and suddenly you are not in the shower anymore. You are in a room, facing someone who hurt you months ago. And this time you have the perfect words. You watch their face change. You watch them finally understand. None of this happened. None of this will happen. But your chest is tight and your hands are almost shaking like it did. If you have ever caught yourself living inside a conversation that never took place, you already know how real the unreal can feel. Here's the part nobody tells you. You are not broken. You are not weird. You're not wasting your life in your own head. What you are doing has a name, and it is one of the most useful tools your brain has ever built. But like every powerful tool, it can quietly turn on you if you stop paying attention to how you are using it. Your brain is not designed to only process what is in front of you. It is designed to run possibilities. Before a conversation happens, before a decision gets made, before a risk gets taken, your mind quietly tests different versions of it first. Athletes use this on purpose before every competition. Surgeons rehearse a procedure in their mind before they ever pick up a scalpel. And your brain is doing the exact same thing when you imagine an argument that never happened. The only difference is you did not choose to rehearse, it happened on its own. So why does it always seem to happen when you are doing something quiet, walking, lying in bed, standing underwater? That is not a coincidence. The moment your body goes still, your mind goes looking for something unfinished. And most people are carrying around a lot of unfinished business without even realizing it. Let's break down the 3 scenes your mind keeps replaying, because chances are you will recognize at least one of them. The first is the courtroom. This is where you replay an argument, except this time you win it. You say the thing you did not say in the moment. You defend yourself perfectly. You watch the other person realize they were wrong. This usually shows up after a moment where you felt small or dismissed, and your mind is trying to give you back the power you lost in that instant. The second is the interview you never had. This is the version where someone finally sees your effort. A boss notices what you have been doing quietly for months. A parent finally says the thing you have been waiting years to hear. This one is less about winning and more about being witnessed. You are not trying to defeat anyone here. You're trying to be understood by someone who never gave you that in real life. The third is the disaster that has not happened yet. This is the one where your mind runs the worst version of a future event before it even occurs. The message that will get misread, the plan that will fall apart, the moment you will embarrass yourself in front of people who matter to you. This one feels the least comfortable, but it is often your brain trying to prepare you for pain in advance. So if it actually happens, it will not hit you as hard. Picture the version of you standing in front of the mirror before a hard conversation, running the whole thing in your head one more time. That is the same instinct behind all 3 of these scenes, and it points at one root: control. In real life, you cannot control what someone thinks of you. You cannot control whether your effort gets noticed. You cannot control the outcome of a conversation you have not had yet. But inside your own head, you control everything. You write the ending. You decide who says what. You decide who finally understands you. And that feeling is addictive. Not because you are weak, but because it is one of the few places where the world actually listens. This is also why some people find their imagined version of a conversation more satisfying than the real one. If you have rehearsed telling someone how you feel so many times in your head that when you finally see them, you feel strangely empty, like you already said it, that is not you being distant. That is your brain treating the rehearsal as if it already happened, and it got the emotional release without you ever having to take the actual risk. This is the exact point where something that helps you can quietly start working against you. Preparing for a hard conversation in your head is useful. Living inside that conversation instead of having it is where the trouble starts. And the scary part is they can feel almost identical from the inside. The only way to tell the difference is one honest question after you catch yourself imagining something. Am I about to do this, or am I using this instead of doing it? There is also a quieter cost most people never connect to this habit. When you spend enough time reacting emotionally to a version of someone that only exists in your mind, that emotion does not always stay in your mind. You might find yourself short with someone because of something their imagined version did in a scenario that never happened. Or you might build someone up so perfectly in your head that the real version of them, a little distracted or a little imperfect, feels disappointing by comparison, even though they did nothing wrong. None of this means you need to shut your imagination down. That would be like trying to stop your own heartbeat because it occasionally races. The goal is not silence, the goal is noticing. When a scenario shows up, let it play for a moment if it needs to, but ask yourself what it is actually trying to give you. Closure you never got, recognition you are still waiting for, or preparation for something you are genuinely about to face. Once you can name what it is doing, you get to decide whether to carry it into real life, or let it stay exactly where it started, in your head, as a draft, and not a replacement. Your imagination has been trying to protect you this whole time. It just needs you to notice when protection has quietly turned into hiding.